Today we're going to dive on in and play around with the items from my EyeScream Beauty Box for the month of November. As you guys see, my face is already on. Make sure you guys go check out the unboxings. The bag is up as well as the unboxing for the beauty box. And as per usual, we're going to try the products. And I felt really bad because the owner of the EyeScream Beauty Box reached out and said, "We're so sorry, we'll replace your blush." But guys, I don't need the blush replaced. She can make sure that she replaces one of you guys' blush versus one for me. The box was sent to me for free anyway, and I'm not like that. You know what I mean? By the way, I just cleaned this whole vanity and wiped it down. There was so much makeup on there. And now that I opened up the blush, there's makeup all over the vanity again. So this is the first item I'm gonna apply on the face just so that I can wipe everything down and not have to worry about like moving it around all over the table. I am going to go in with a very small brush. It looks pretty pigmented. Let's see. I'm gonna tap out right here. I'm trying to limit the amount of mess. My goodness. And then, okay, I think this is gonna be enough for both sides. I think, let's see. It's a really pretty shade, by the way. Honestly, like this is not a super unique shade. I know for a fact I probably have blushes that are within the same color story, if not the very same. So I'm okay, I'm okay. It's pretty, you know, it did its job. It's doing the most. I'm excited to play around with the eyes. You guys know this palette looked and swatched. So we're gonna go ahead and do that today. I'm gonna use a base. I told you guys make sure you use an amazing base because it stains the back of my fingers with just a swirl. I'm gonna use Gerard Cosmetics. I wanted to use my medium. In full transparency, I cleaned this up and I can't find the medium here. So I don't know if it's maybe in my bathroom, like my master bathroom, maybe, because I've been doing my makeup there during the weekend. I'm not sure. Because of the color story of that palette, I think I want to create a very warm, kind of like Thanksgiving-esque look. If you do not have this palette, there are so many like Eye Revolution palettes, Laura Geller, Laura Mercier palettes that you can use as dupes, and or bigger ones like Morphe palettes. Like this is not a 100% unique palette other than me being shocked about how the formula performed. Here's the palette. I want to show you guys so that you guys are able to kind of like reference any of the eyeshadow palettes or eyeshadows, like loose single pan eyeshadows that you have at home. With a big fluffy brush, we are going to color build. You guys know how I like to do things. So we're gonna start off with a very kind of, this is like a creamy peach shade. Very cafecito, but very, very light cafecito. I'm tapping out. You need a very fluffy brush for this. So what I tend to do to make a look like this kind of go on and blend beautifully so you're not struggling. I'll take my brush, have it ready. I will look into like the mirror like directly. And so what you want to do is you don't want to go directly into the crease. You kind of want to go above it. So to do that, you need to look directly at like your mirror. So I'm trying here. I'm going to do one of these. And you want to go just above it. See? Right here. Just above it. If your eyes are open, you want to still be able to see that shade. This is not your direct crease shade. This is more of a kind of like an upper transition, if you will. Looking directly at your mirror, which in my case, I'm looking at my camera. I'm looking directly into your eyes, guys. I'm weird, I know. You are going to apply your kind of like medium light transition shade on the upper crease area. See, so when I close my eyes, that crease is completely still blank. Only my clean canvas is on there and my lid is completely clean as well. I would not overly apply a light shade like this. You want this eye to look kind of somewhat glammed, like yes girl, you tried, but you want it to be very wearable and light. And this is the type of look that I've created several times behind the scenes, and you guys are often saying, how did you do it? I want to see it. So here you go. This is how we do it. And there we have our color. Next, I'm going to go a little darker. So from this shade here, I'm going to use this one, which is like a smoky mustard. Once again, we're going to just go in with the very tip of a brush. And you're gonna go just below that one. Same thing, but here you're looking at your mirror and you have to kind of like apply it here on the outer corner. So you definitely want to touch that crease. Make sure you're seeing it on the crease, you're touching the crease. And you're gonna kind of blend it back and forth. You're gonna bring it a little over half, so maybe 3/4 of the way in. And I mean, look at the difference. I haven't even done anything yet. So I am going to just kind of go in circular motions going inward into the eyeball and bring it about, like I said, 3/4 of the way or 2/3, depending on how you want to see it. It's fine. Going in circular motion just allows you to have a really pretty blend. By the way, if you haven't tried any of the Gerard Cosmetics clean canvases and you've had your eyes on them, I know they can be a little on the pricey side, but right now is the time to snag them. They have all these amazing deals. They've had their pre-Black Friday sales. They currently have Black Friday sales, and they're going to have their Cyber Monday sales. You don't want to sleep on that. And if you snag them now, they're going to last you a really long time, so you don't have to worry probably to replace them for another year, which would be awesome. And they don't go bad, by the way. So that is what the eye looks like so far. I'm digging her. I'm loving her. You've guessed it. We're going to go a little darker. So notice that we started off with this shade. Then we got a little darker. Now we're going a little darker and a little warmer. And now we're going to repeat the same step we did with the last shade. Go on to the corner itself. Look directly into the mirror and blend in circles like this and bring her in. And then once you have your placement, feel free to close your eye, but only if you're comfortable. And you should have something that looks like this. So as you can see, this one is a little deeper. We're going to do the same thing to the other eye, but I wanted you guys to notice the difference between one eye and the other. Color building definitely makes a difference versus going in with this deep shade. You don't get that gradient, at least not with just the one and done it. Now here's where we're going to change it up a bit. I'm going to grab a big fluffy eyeshadow brush. And we're going to dip into a very light shade. I know white is going to be way too light, so we have to use one of these two. So we're going to go with the lighter one, of course. We're going to take some of that one and start off on the inner corner of the eye. And notice that I'm patting. That's because my base is still tacky. So by applying that shade in tapping motions, my base is gripping onto the eyeshadow like a magnet. Going in with a white initially would have been way too bright, but applying a nude shade first will make a difference. So now that we have our nude on, I'm gonna flip the brush over and then I'll grab some of the white. I'm gonna tap out and I'll tap some white on top. It'll make it slightly brighter without making it too bright. See, that looks so much better. It opens up the inner corner, but going in with just a flat white without an additional color underneath, at least for my complexion, would have been way too much. Now, if you are of fair skin tone or lighter than I am, then yes, go in with a white. It'll look amazing. The same brush we've been using the entire time, no additional product. I am going to just kind of go back, do the same thing we've been doing this entire time because I want a nice gradient on the inner portion. I am not touching this inner corner. I want her to be nice and bright and light. And you see the brush has more than enough like product on it. And this is so easy. Look, bam, 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 diggy, diggy, doogoo, doogoo. By the way, if you are new here, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. The button is right down there. It is completely free, $99. That's number one. You're gonna have a lot of fun joining the family here. You're gonna learn tips and tricks from a makeup artist, i.e. me. You're gonna hear baby in the background every once in a while. Yeah. While you're at it, please hit the notification bell selecting all notifications. That way YouTube lets you know every single time I provide an update over on my community page or release a brand new video, which is about 6 times out of the week. Yes, I post very, very often. And while you're at it, if you don't mind, please hit the like button. It tells YouTube you like the channel, you like the content, you like the vibe. And in turn, YouTube will recommend the channel to other people, which is really helpful in growing my channel. So thank you very mucho in advance. You guessed it, we're not done. We're gonna take this brush right here, right? Boom, boom, boom. And we're gonna dip into this shade here. And then I'm gonna mix it with this shade here. So this one and this one put together. Yes, ma'am. Tap out big time. And I'm gonna drag that very lightly under the eye to add a little something. You see what I'm saying? It added something without being too much. You do not want it to be too much. Why do I have a weird Hispanic accent? I don't know. But that's why people join this channel, because honestly, we can have fun and we don't take ourselves too seriously. We don't follow a script. And I like having fun, and it kind of is what it is. I think part of beauty is embracing who you are as a human. We're gonna grab the same brush and I'm gonna go into this gray shade. Now typically, like I said, I would go black, but you know what, we're trying to keep it very like Thanksgiving-esque. So I'm gonna go the next deepest shade, which would be this one. It kind of ties in because it's kind of like a smoky gray brown. I don't know if I want to be gray or if I want to be brown. So this is like perfect. We're gonna take that cheeky with the very tip of the brush. And the same thing, we're just gonna tap on the outer corner, but I want you guys, if you're gonna follow this, I want you to just tap. Don't start the circular motions, nothing, nada. Just kind of tap. Believe it or not, that tapping alone made a difference. But I want you to tap and concentrate the color here. For those of you who are learning how to apply makeup, the reason, because I know this question is gonna come, the reason why you want to tap is because when you're first going into the eye, you're going in with a lot of product. So if you go in and automatically start blending, you're blending out all your product all at once, and you may overblend and apply it in areas that you kind of don't want it. And that's the beauty of a good brush, that you're able to tap it, pack the color, concentrated in one area, specifically where you want it to be the darkest. And in my case, this is a dark shade, so I want to concentrate it out here. And once you feel like you have the majority of your product off of your brush and onto the eyeball, as we have, you're gonna follow the same step from before, but you're not gonna bring it not even halfway. You're gonna keep it out here. And believe it or not, just by going in circular motions out here in the outer corner, you're gonna get a beautiful blend. And here's the thing, in most cases, people do this. I advise you keep your eye open because it creates almost like a sandwich between your like crease and your eyeball with the brush. So like the brush is your ham and cheese, basically. And you're going in circular motions, but look at that blend. It just does it for you. It's so effortless. And these are little tips and tricks that you learn along the way. This is not stuff that they teach you like in beauty school. They don't. At least, you know, when I went for like the basics, not for like the advanced stuff. And there you go. Isn't that pretty? Great. I am going to use a Bo Gucci. I don't know the name, but it's an eye shader and it looks like this, and she's super tiny, super slim. We're gonna go in to the black shade. We're not smoking it out. We're just gonna create kind of like a faux wing. We're gonna go ahead and tap out because you don't want any fallout. Everything is looking flawless and pretty. I'm gonna close the eye. I'm gonna tug very lightly because I want to see the closest part of my lash line. And this is why you need a really thin, slim brush like this one. Because you're gonna smudge the eyeshadow as close to your lash line as possible. You see the effect that I already got? It makes my lashes look even fuller when they're not. And then with a finger, I am gonna drag out here. Do not go too far in. You don't want it to be super dark on the inner corner. You want to keep that open, wide, awake, and bright. I like showing you guys the difference, right? The befores and the afters with every step of the way so you guys can see what dramatic changes each layer of or every step that we take can create on an eye look. Just adding a little bit of the black and smudging it onto the lash line and then blending it out with my finger and created kind of like a faux wing when it's not really a faux wing, like you see what I'm saying? Creates an extra shadow, and in that it allows your lashes to look fuller even though I haven't done nothing to my lashes yet. Now I'm gonna apply mascara. I'm just gonna use my Essence, the I Love Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. If you're not a lash person, then you can stop right here when it comes to the eyes. This mascara is amazing, by the way, and it's like super cheap. I only applied one coat at the top and the bottom because I am gonna go with falsies. So I'm gonna put those on. I'll be right back. And here are the eyes with lashes on. I'm using Gerard Cosmetics in Realness. They're so pretty, they're comfortable, they're light, and they're fluttery. When I do set my skin, I like to set my skin prior to applying my lipstick. It's just a weird thing that I do. So I'm going to use this product that I still love the packaging, okay? I still absolutely love the packaging. It's just different, and I always still shake it. So we're gonna mist the skin. Cam is on the loose and doing her own thing. Feel free to apply highlighter when you're creating your look. I'm just gonna skip the highlighter today. I know, weird, right? But I'm gonna skip it. The eyes just bring Thanksgiving together, and highlighter is gonna be more like a Christmas, New Year's thing for me. So I'm gonna apply a lip liner. If you're wondering, the Bare Minerals Mineralist lip liner in the shade Striking a Spice. Oh, this tastes gross. And then I will go in with the gloss that I received. You know, I didn't mind this gloss. It's very shimmery, which in part, I wanted to skip the highlighter because of how shimmery it is. But you don't feel the glitters. So that's a good thing. It's just really, like, I think that's enough. It's good. I'm gonna leave her alone. And just like that, the look is done. I know I focused on the eyes a lot, but the main event was the eyeshadow. let's summarize this entire situation. I didn't use the brush, and that's because I wanted to come on with the majority of my face on, because I figured we were going to take a while with the eye look, you know. Okay, so the brush is a brush. It's a good brush in terms of like for application. I'm going to try it for foundation. I'm going to try it for bronzer or like contouring, but I think it's going to be best for me in my personal preference with cream contour, just because of the way it feels. The lip gloss, I literally just told you I actually really like it. The setting spray, talked to you about that literally just like a few seconds ago. You guys already know, just don't taste it. It tastes really bad. Not that I tasted it on purpose, but you know. Okay, so you guys, this is not a joke, okay? If you pay for this box, just get it because of this eyeshadow palette. It's a great palette to have in your collection in terms of color story, but even more so because of the quality of the eyeshadows. They blended, they performed. I have this graceful gradient on the eye that palettes that are not very well known don't typically give you. I'll say that. If you already got the box, then get excited. This is an amazing, amazing palette. Oh my God. I wouldn't pay the $47. I would definitely go get the box. Get it at a discounted rate with my discount code that's in the description box below. And make sure you keep this in your collection. That's what I'm saying. Bueno, I think my job here is done. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that this is the kind of look that you'd love to create for every day, Thanksgiving, holiday, any occasion. It doesn't matter. I think it's wearable. It's beautiful. It's very, very pretty. It's graceful. But I do hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you've enjoyed the step-by-step. Please don't forget to hit the like button. It really, really helps me out. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.